Doesn't your doctor ever say good morning?
Only when he feels it is a good morning.
When was the last time you felt that way?
Last week, when Hannah Yarby announced she'd want a trip to Europe.
And what's he so sore about?
He found out it's a round trip.
That's a sloppy job, Baker. Do it over. And answer the phone.
Doctor, I only have 2 hands.
If I don't get a replacement for Yarby around here today, I'm going to close this bandage bar. Clinic, chegley. Of course, pass her in, you stormtrooper.
Doctor, you've had 4 nurses attempt to replace Hannah in the last 2 days.
Today, we will take the 5th. When she gets here, send her into my office.
Yes, sir. What's her name?
Melba Chegley.
Well, you should be able to get along with a nurse named Chegley.
Not this one. She's my wife. Clinic, Chegley. No, Mrs. Baker is busy. I'll take a message for her. I don't care whether you are her mother's helper, Mrs. Hobbs. She cannot come to the phone now. Yes, I know how boys behave on a rainy day, but you'll just have to cope with them yourself. Well, do the best you can. You're bigger than they are. No, you cannot speak with her. Mrs. Baker is tied up. I said tied up.
I bet I can untie it if I can reach it. Let's see ya. I can't reach it. I bet if we had a dog, he could get us loose. A dog? Like Lassie. Good old Lassie, yeah. Remember the one where his master got tied up by the bad guys in the cabin, and then Lassie jumped in the window and untied the rope with his teeth? I bet I can untie this with my teeth. Let's see ya. I can't reach it. I got short teeth. Lassie's got long teeth. I wish we had long teeth. I'm getting tired of playing Indian. We're not the Indians. Mrs. Hobbs is the Indians. You know what, Earl J. Wagadorn? What? Mrs. Hobbs tricked us. Maybe we better yell for help like Lassie's master did. Yeah. Ma! Mama! Mother! Lassie! Lassie can't hear you. Neither can your mother. Maybe nobody will ever hear us, and we'll starve. And the buzzards will come, and we'll just be bones, all tied up to this table. Mama! Earl J. Wagadorn's mother! Mama! Mama!
What in the world is going on here?
We're all tied up. Chief Running Buffalo Squad did it.
Who?
Mrs. Hobbs, we were playing Indian. And she made us stop. And then she tied us up.
What a terrible thing to do. Mrs. Hobbs!
She's downstairs in the laundry room.
Why is this cabbage scattered around like a pig pen?
That's scalps.
What?
We were scalping pioneers, and those are the scalps.
Corey, you know I don't like you playing games like that. Now, both you boys clean up this place. I'm going downstairs to speak to Mrs. Hobbs. And when I get back, I want this apartment to be spotless.
Should I go get Mr. Cooper?
No. He'll be furious if he finds out this garbage grinder is stuck again.
Did the cabbage scalps make it stick?
It's probably that rubber tomahawk I threw in here. You see what happens, Corey, when we lose our temper?
I didn't lose my temper.
Oh, I know you didn't, darling.
I just lost my tomahawk.
And you fired her? Without consulting me? You? I think if we just bowled her out, Julia, we didn't have to fire her. We?
What I mean is, you think maybe you acted rashly? Getting rid of her so fast?
Possibly. But you barged in here ready to strangle the woman with your gardening gloves.
Well, I guess you did the right thing. But now what are we going to do about a sitter for the boys?
I'm going to put an ad in the paper tomorrow.
I'll go. Hey, Mom, guess what?
What?
The flowers you just planted.
I was putting out some new bulbs that Wanda sent us from... What about them, Earl?
The baby busted out of his playpen, and he's eating them. Oh, do you want a good orange? Huh? How do they taste? Pretty good.
Sorry. Now, where were we? Uh-huh. Yes. Yes, that sounds fine. Now, run it both days, and I'll let you know if I wanted to run again on the weekend. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Are you all set, Julia?
I certainly hope so, Mrs. Chegley. Now, if some intelligent, sensible young lady will answer my want ad...
No sensible, intelligent young lady would read that newspaper in the first place. And since we're going to be working together for a while, I wish you'd call me Melba.
All right. Tell me, if you don't like that newspaper, where do you get your news, Melba?
Same place you get yours.
Baker,
From him.
I have some news for you, my dear.
See?
See what?
Nurse was just saying that you have some news for us, Doctor.
I thought I just said that.
Copycat.
You know, my dear Mel, as long as you are returning to your hospital white uniform, on these premises, you aren't my wife. So, Nurse Chegley, shut up!
Love you.
Julia,
Yes, Doctor.
on that call from personnel, everything is worked out.
Oh, good.
Well, I'm glad that you're as pleased as I'm pleased.
Well, if you're pleased, Doctor, I'm pleased.
What's all worked out so pleasingly?
I haven't the vaguest idea.
Julia, Cameron.
Cameron?
But I told you a week ago. I recommended him for a position here at Astrospace.
You didn't tell me that, Doctor.
I thought I had.
Do you mean Paul Cameron from Denver?
Oh, you do remember.
What I remember is that Paul Cameron is...
A very attractive and intelligent man.
and one of the biggest wolves on two legs.
Well, that big wolf is going to be here at 3 o'clock this afternoon for a pre-employment physical. So be ready.
On one condition.
Yes?
Before I get near him, you give him a distemper shot.
Paul R. Cameron. The R's for Robeson. My father loved his singing.
I just asked for your middle initial, Mr. Cameron.
Mister, is our relationship going to be so formal?
What about childhood diseases? Do you remember what you had?
None. I was a very healthy child. My mother read Dr. Spock every day. In fact, I was the only kid on my block with the good housekeeping seal of approval. You have lovely hands, Julia.
You have restless hands. You are single, aren't you?
Yes, but it's not a permanent condition. I have my eye on a very attractive young prospect.
And your other eye on every other young woman you meet. Will you sign here, please?
If you promise to have dinner with me tonight.
The last time I had dinner with you, Paul Cameron, was 6 months ago. And I still remember how you tried to make me your dessert.
And you outmaneuvered me every step of the way. Julia, I demand a rematch. I can't afford a defeat in the record books.
If you will step into the next room and take off your clothes, Doctor will be in to give you your physical.
He's all yours, Baker.
He's all yours, Melba. I wouldn't trust him in a room alone with his clothes on, much less with half of them off.
Okay, but you'd better adjust to Mr. Cameron some way, because Mart tells me he's going to be working here at Astrospace whether you like it or not.
Fortunately, this place is so large, my chances of running into him are pretty slim.
I wouldn't be too sure of that, my dear. He's the new head of the insurance department. You're going to be seeing plenty of him.
Come
wear your headband to school, is he, Dad? You're just supposed to wear it to the meeting tonight, huh, Dad? So take it off like my dad says. I didn't hear him say that. He said it in Daddy talk, didn't you, Dad? Boy, it's a good thing I don't have a daddy, 'cause I don't understand that talk.
I have been running this clinic for 6 years, Mr. Cameron. You have been working here only 2 days.
And I came here with enough background in my work to know a job-related accident when I see one.
You did not see one. You read one man's statement.
That is all I need.
That is not all you need.
My job is to protect the welfare of the employees of this corporation.
That emergency in Section J, it was nothing. Some careless clown got his sleeve caught in a gear.
Why didn't he call a tailor?
You're overstepping your authority.
I'm protecting my purview.
Who's in there?
Mr. Paul Cameron.
Grandstanding.
Fighting already.
Hammer and tongs. Morton has met his match at last.
Baker, get me the files on the McAllister case.
Never mind, Doctor. I have my own files in my office.
Why, that arrogant, smug, self-righteous autocrat. Here I go to all the trouble to get him his job. And he turns out to be a first-grade, A1 certified troublemaking pain in the bumper.
Here is the file on the McAllister accident. Was that Fred McAllister in transportation?
Yes, he's trying to make an insurance claim on his injury.
Well, that wasn't job-related. I remember distinctly when he asked about workman's compensation.
Tell that to that hard-headed zealot Cameron. He's trying to make a federal case out of this to collect for McAllister.
Well, he's wrong.
Of course he's wrong. From now on, I don't want to have anything more to do with him. He's yours. All yours.
Ours? What did we do to deserve that?
We made the foolish mistake of graduating from nursing school.
Clinic, Baker. Oh, hi, Marie.
A very sweet-sounding lady named Dolly Corrigan called, and I made a date for you to interview her at 5:30.
That's great, Marie. Thanks a lot. Listen, I'll see you later.
Nice to hear something's great for a change.
Cross your fingers. We may have found a new sitter.
Who's we?
Marie Wagedorn and I. We have an arrangement about help. I hire them, I fire them, and I pay their salary.
If you're not a basket case, come in. A basket case.
Is the doctor still here?
Yes, sir.
If I may have a moment of his time, please.
You take this, Julia. I've seen the preliminary and I can't stay for the main event.
Dr. Chegley, Mr. Cameron would like a moment of your time.
I've told you, Mr. Cameron has had the last moment he'll ever get of my time.
Nevertheless, Doctor, please, I'd like to show you something.
You have shown me something. A smugness I find so disagreeable I have no desire for further communication.
Doctor, if I may suggest...
You may suggest nothing. And get out of my squawk box before you short-circuit it, too.
Julia, look. My predecessor's file on the McAllister case. See, he failed to include the police report which support Chegley's contention that the accident was not job-related.
And did you find that even though McAllister collected from his personal injury policy, he's trying to claim workman's compensation in addition?
I did. Okay, your boss is right.
In this office, Mr. Cameron, you will learn that doctor is always right until he's proved wrong by another doctor.
Or an undertaker.
Look, I came here to apologize to your resident tyrant, but if that's the way he plays the game, you can tell him for me, ladies. From now on, we'll be using my deck.
How, mighty braves?
How, Paleface?
Getting in the mood for tonight's power early, I see.
Him Big Chief, not Paleface. Him Paleface now. Big Chief later at powwow.
I'm home, honeyhead. What'd you say? I can't understand you, Marie. Speak up. And where are you, for crying out loud? Marie! What in tarnation is going on? Now, who did this to you?
I did.
That's impossible. How?
Well, it's my fault.
What do you mean it's your fault?
Ouch.
How can it be your fault?
I told the boys they could practice their knot tying for tonight.
And they did this to you? Boy, is Earl gonna get it from me, and right now.
Lenny!
Earl J. Wagador, you get right over here, young man, and explain what you've done to your mother.
What?
You too, Corey Baker.
I didn't do anything to my mother.
You know who I mean. The two of you, tying her up like that.
She said we could.
I've got a good mind not to take you anywhere tonight.
But we practiced our knots.
What I ought to do is give you a good sound whipping to teach you a lesson.
What's going on here, Leonard?
Your son and my son tied up his mother, your best friend, my wife, Marie. Tied her up to a chair and gagged her.
Did you do that, Corey?
Earl, help. Mom started it. Did not. Did so. Did not. Did so. Did not.
All right.
Stop all this yelling.
I'm trying to find out what...
That son of yours can use a few words.
Don't tell her how to raise her child.
Before I do any reprimanding, I want to know all the facts.
Facts. Tell your mother what you did, Corey.
I'll tell what he did. He did it too. I did not. Did so.
Okay. Look, I'll tell you what. I came home. She was fighting. She was fighting. Will you keep quiet a second? Look, I got home. She's all done. I came home. She was fighting.
Oh, I'll bet that's Miss Corrigan.
Who?
Miss Corrigan? Forget it, lady. She's the only one who answered your ad all day.
You know, that's an excellent suggestion, Cameron. Thank you. That should considerably lessen the paperwork around here.
Yes, and give your staff more time for their patients.
To say nothing about recreational activities, huh?
Not that I'm suggesting that you give your patients short shrift, Doctor.
Say, why don't you call me Mort? Huh, Paul?
You should really be with the State Department. How'd you ever manage to bring about such peace?
Diplomatic secret, my dear.
Can't you confide in a colleague from Health, Education, and Welfare?
Well, confidentially, I worked on Morton first.
Uh-huh.
I promised him that next Sunday I'd work at his children's clinic if he saw Cameron again.
Good for you. But what about Paul? He was really in a snit.
Yeah, well, I unsnutted him. I promised him that if he'd be gentle with the doctor and speak softly, that you'd accept his offer of a dinner date.
Me? You used me for barter?
Oh, now. We're all in this together, nurse, remember?
Melba, I swore I would never date that wolf again.
Well, in the diplomatic service, my dear, we learn to forget some things. Oh, Julia, you can handle him.
Well, I guess it's time.
Should be. Dinner's almost ready, isn't it, honeyhead?
Yep. Bring on the eaters, Julia.
All right, I'll have them right down. Hey, thanks again, both of you.
Anytime, you know that.
Hi, Mom. We did it.
Oh, so I see. Well, come on now. Dinner's ready.
Bye, Mr. Cameron. Nice to meet you. Yeah, bye.
Oh! Just listen to that voice, how impolite. Remember never to talk with your mouth full. Nighty-night, Paul. I've had a change of heart. I'll untie you, Mr. Paul Cameron, if you promise to be a perfect gentleman all evening and keep your hands to yourself. Deal? Now, don't forget, you're to keep your hands to yourself all evening.
Honestly, Julia, sometimes you kill me. Look, Ma, no hands.
Oh!
Oh, just a minute. Just in case.
Oh, Paul.